for you to return. But otherwise, Rona, as South Africans, we are going to guard our democracy, we are going to guard our freedom, and we're going to build this country. And, sorry, on Spola Iso, danki baya. On Spola Iso, we die here, Deputy President, because we love South Africa. Many people died for this freedom. We don't take it lightly. But we are also saying that as young people, education, the economy, and this land shall be shared by all South Africans. Thank you so much. We're going to go just behind Deputy President, where not only before we go and you hand over this facility, but you're going to leave a tree. This tree that you're going to plant that should bear the fruits that should be enjoyed by young people of JB Max local municipality. And the young people should take care of this tree, nurture it, so that they can enjoy the fruits it bears. So thank you so much. Please, our ushers, lead this way. So we're going to invite, of course, Deputy President, the Premier, Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture, Minister of Basic Education, to assist us in planting those trees. Let's also join just by, and Minister Chikunga. Yeah, you've come to. We need also all the entourage to support the DP in planting these trees. Thank you.
No, there is not a
Epic player! Epic player! Op YouTube, ik ken wat van. Het zijn niet hele TV in mijn brand. Speel dan die hele camera. Ja, ik ga na. Dus ik was achter die mensen.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
That are symbolic.
Behind you.
The name. So when we finish here, we must have a name of this tree. So as you plant, think about it. Yeah, you must give it a name. It's important so that people who are here will be able to remember this tree and call it by the name that you gave it. Thank you so much, TP. Some more, sorry. No, I think it's fine. Thank you. I think let's give the DP chance to hear the name of the tree, DP. Thank you so much, DP. The tree is alive. Its name is Uhuru. Thank you.
More planting.
Chief, just
Hello, sir, how are you? How are you? Thanks. My name is Mando. Oh, thank you. My name is Mando Mlauzi.
Cameras behind.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. My name is Mando Mlauzi, as I was saying, from Universal Greening Organization. I'm going to help you to plant this. This tree is lemon. We call it lemon. Then, as we already mix our soil there with compost, I'm going to help you here. You can hold the stem here, yeah. Yes, thank you. Then you can put it. Thank you so much. There we go. This is our shop.
Help you with the soil first.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a lot harder than it looks.
We are together, Minister. Is it harder than the pen?
Okay.
There you go. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
This is the last one.
Yeah. Minister will come and plant this.
Oh, yeah, come plant
I
it.
say.
Okay. Thank you so much, Minister. We will ask for name of the tree.
Okay, the name.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Minister, you can do
Our minister's got skill.
Look at those.
That's nice. Thank you.
Okay, I'm done. One more? Yes. Okay. Minister Shenge.
Thank you.
Okay, let's call it Pupilo. Like, this is life.
Yay! All right, thank you so much.
Yeah, we're going there now.
Wars of vengeance will always lead to human destruction and nature.
Can we not block, guys? Can we establish a line for cameras?
Can you give us space, please? Okay, guys, can you just move slightly back?
We are going to do the unveiling of the plant.
Minister Kwahube.
Minister, come close.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, Minister. Hello, Minister, coming through?
Oh,
Chikunga, come this way.
Hello. I need to go in for yeah, that's what I need to do.
Can you hear me?
How do you
Oh, I know so. Okay,
Yeah, very proud.
we are here to unveil and hand over the sporting facility. So while the Deputy President and the Minister opens this plaque, I will read through it and we'll also just get some few photos that we will also get once it's done. Over to you, DP and Minister.
Just count. Now we must count it down. This thing is important.
So we will count it 10,
9,
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so So we will read the plaque, of course, which is the Republic of South Africa. The Promosa Secondary School sports facility was officially opened by Mr. Sipokosa Paulus Mashatile, Deputy President of the Republic of South Africa, on the 16th of June 2025. This is an active, creative, winning, and socially cohesioned nation that is implemented by the Sports Trust. Thank you so much, DP. Thank you.
Thank you. We are done with photos.
Yeah, you can go in the track further. We'll be guided.
Yeah. Well, you have to see, we have to go inside. Remember, you will be
Colleagues, can we allow some space, please?
Please, can you please?
We're cutting the ribbon. Nice place for media.
Your space for me, sorry.
Who's at front?
In your pocket, like a neck.
Count again.
Okay.
Guys, we're counting. No, not 3.
10,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yay!
Happy New Year! What am I supposed to do with it? Evan?
We can't allow everyone. And this is media.
Kevin, behind you. I think swap sides, yes. Are you okay?
Don't forget,
Where's the primary?
Are they here? Where's the primary?
Azzy, Mr.
Sorry,
They
we need one more beneficiary.
Runic Williams and the SGB. Yeah. Let them come.
Yeah, where they?
Yeah, they are. The primary.
Yes. Deputy President, we have 2 beneficiaries today. These kits that you have together with the ministers are handed over to Promosa Secondary, and the second beneficiary will be Promosa Primary School. So we do have the principal and the deputy principal who we will be handing over. Please do receive the kit from the
Reformer.
You can go. The principal will start with secondary school first.
Yes.
Please go ahead, principal.
Thank you, Principal.
Runic.
Thank you.
And then we've got Promosa Primary School, who's the deputy principal. Over to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
They are receiving these kits. They include the rugby and the soccer kits. And as Minister Mackenzie has already indicated, this is a multi-purpose sporting facility that will be utilized. So thank you so much. Please, if you can get a quick photo with the 2 principals in between them.
One step behind, please. Hold that, guys. One step behind.
The SGB.
Our SGBs are there.
Yeah, we are.
Please go
Those
next
are
to
taller than us.
Go inside.
Bring that seat. Come over.
How much more, guys? It's not enough.
Okay, no problem. Gentlemen and ladies, one step behind, please.
And once people step into the line,
Guys.
Sit down. Yeah, that's right. Move.
I think it's enough.
That's it.
Can we get some big smiles, please? Like by a door. Say sports facilities.
Sports facilities.
A peace sign.
Please.
Peace sign. Yeah.
Makosi for life.
That's a Makosi for life.
Makosi for life.
Thank you so much. DP, we're going to need you for a minute with the students. Please also, ministers. 1 minute, we have 1 minute. Please, assemble quickly. Assemble quickly, quickly.
Shot in front, fall at the back.
Let's open here.
Babes, I'm here with the mic.
No,
Ngopsi baby. Kiss off.
open here. I still member. Discipline. That's all. No, it's all right. So I want us to keep this one for the president. One step behind, please. That's it. DP will be here. Minister. So the short ones mustn't be behind DP.
Don't be behind me.
Yes. And also the short ones mustn't be behind.
Yes.
Where's my minister? Minister?
Quickly.
Where's Minister Chikunga?
Thank you. No, I'm good now. I'm good now. Are we good?
Show some smile, happiness. 1, 2, 3, hands up. 1, 2, 3, go!
My own video here is not a specific.
I now call on stage Mr. Mzamo from Each One, Teach One, and Mr. Moloto from June 16 Foundation by putting
the Executive Mayor of the City of Joburg, our host, the MECs that are here, our MMCs are corner because Baning, families that are here that we always celebrate this day now, fellow combatants. Each one. Executive Mayor, let me start first by thanking you and the City of Joburg through your leadership, comrade, that they've always commemorated this day and they've made sure that continuously every year we are here without fail. Secondly, we must thank the staff of the City of Joburg, Comrade Mayor, that they've always the decorum of this day, that it's always warm and sponga. The numbers that came out today to show the warmth corner that this is an important day. As the H1 Teach One Foundation, established by members of former COSAS 1979 to 1990, we were very inspired by by the June 1676 youth struggles. They are actually the nucleus of COSAS Maitala said 1979. As a foundation, we pay tribute to these brave soldiers that stood up to fight against the apartheid machinery. And as a foundation, we honor the legacy and champion the education as a cornerstone of the true liberation. We believe that education in society is essential for overcoming the challenges as poverty and unemployment. A society that neglects education in its youth will not only jeopardize its own future, but also poses a threat of global progress. Executive Mayor, with your team and the MMCs that are here, as the foundation was saying, we need to use this day to return back to basics. One, we're saying we need to go back and strengthen our SGPs because we understand the challenges that are there in the schools. So we need to go back and give them support. Two, we're saying we need to go back to build what we call our health committees in all the health facilities because we've seen the challenges that are in health facilities, that we need to form health committees that are going to assist our communities, our clinics around here to deal with overcrowding and all of these things that are happening. But if we're community-based, we're able to return back to what we call basics. Thirdly, we speak about sports and arts around that we need to go and strengthen our sports committees around the sports facilities that we have. Because we always go back and build the sports facilities, they're abandoned up until we come back and reclaim them. But we are saying we need to utilize these days as Inje to go back and do that. Lastly, we speak about strengthening of CPFs, that we speak about crime in our areas, but Comrade Mayor was saying, can you go back through your leadership around that here and the MMCs that are here and the MECs that are here, that it's important that we go back to basics to all our With that, Comrade Mayor was saying today is the 49th anniversary of this June 76, and we are grateful to be here. So as we discussed here, we've got a lot of other foundations that are going to speak here. Sibonga, Comrade Mayor, and your team for giving us a chance and an opportunity to be here. Amandla! Hello, Mama! Oh, mama! Mama! Hubo paso, pasema. Hello, Mama! Oh, mama! Hello, Mama! Hubo paso, pasema. Hello, Mama!
Thank you, Program Director. Bomme bana kamo o ka reng ka banka ke tsamaye le bona because of the beautiful music that they are rendering for us. I would like to acknowledge the acting premier, Ntate Matome, and the executive team ya hae kaofela yona. I also want to acknowledge in our presence our Mayor, Mr. Dada, and also the whole executive team here, that is the MMEC. I come from the June 16, 1976 Foundation. I read the article of Stembiso Msomi in this weekend Sunday Times, where he was questioning how should we commemorate the June 16, 1976. And I'm moving in the same trajectory. How should we commemorate as a country, as people? I will take you back. One philosopher, he says, a dagger is more deadly when sharpened on the tombstones of the martyr. We sometimes see that when we are going through the elections, at the beginning, all the other political parties, they visit the graveyards. That is, they are going to sharpen their daggers there because they are going to war. Now, what we did from the June 16, 1976 Foundation, as I am representing them, I went to the gallows because you can't be able to go forward when you don't know where you come from. And what happened there will guide you. How should you commemorate the day itself? In 1977, Kalusha Solomon Mashango arrived at John Foster Square. Some of us, we saw what he went through. I can't repeat, it was very gory, challenging, being tortured. Now, more than 40 years, I was able to be at Mampuru prison to go through those 51 steps that you take about 10 minutes to go through, just to sharpen this dagger, so that when I come back, I'm saying I'm commemorating I must know that what exactly is it that I'm commemorating. Our tour was led by the prison warder, Ntate Nkomo there. When you take you through what our comrades went through when they were going to the gallows, emotions, you know, it invokes emotions. You start feeling pain, but we have to go through as a country. When you come in, it's written where they were executed. But once you are in the gallows, you realize they were not executed, they were actually hanged. But to respect the Constitution, they use the word execution, whereby, you know, they hang you, they bring you down. When you did not die, because they were forensic, that they had to satisfy that you are dead, they take you up again, and they bring you down until you are dead, and there's a hearse that will be taking you to the cemetery to be buried. There's a Provincial family from Eastern Cape. They were POTCO members. 5 of them were executed on the same day. 5 from the same family. Mashangu was executed. Moroisane was executed. I'm covering the whole history. I'm not only confining to 1976 events, because Solomon Mashangu was the first group to be hanged from the era of 1976 uprisings. Now, as a nation, how do we commemorate? I agree that we need to have a discussion. You go to church services in, or funeral service in church, we're not gonna those things, they don't speak to each other. Now the leadership needs to lead us so that we sit down and come to a common agreement. How should we commemorate June 16 as a country, not only June 16, all other important dates, whereby we've got the important events that took place. You look after the D-Day. Look how the world was celebrating. Germany, America, you name them. They don't do what sometimes you see ourselves are doing in the name of commemoration. In America, the Republicans, the Democrats, they become one when you talk of 991. But with us here, the other one is pulling his direction, the other one is pulling his direction. We say we have reached a time, it's more than 40 years, where we should come together, discuss that, how should we commemorate these important days so that they must have a dignity. And if we agree, our kids from the primary school, they must be taught that how should the 1976 should be commemorated. How should the Sharpeville should be, all other related important dates that have changed the course of our history in our country. So I will be appealing to everyone, the media people, the leadership of the country, that we must reach a common ground. How should we commemorate so that we must respect each other? Some of us, we are starting to have fear that in this commemoration, there's going to be altercations because the other one is pulling that direction, the other one is pulling that direction. I'm cautioning that let us respect these days, let us commemorate the days in a proper manner, let us give the days the dignity, and all the leadership that were involved in the struggle, from Tsietsi Machine and Kotso Satlulo, all of them, Rola Masinga, Zweli Sizani, we need to give them respect because all these people have contributed in the liberation of this country. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Moloto and Mr. Mzamo. I think as a leadership, we will sit down and discuss and moving forward. At this moment, I will call on stage Executive Mayor, Councillor Dada Sillo Morero, by quoting the accused number 1, Uncle Zephaniah Mutupeng, when he said the struggle of African child is not for comfort, but for dignity and justice. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me take this opportunity to acknowledge the acting Premier of Gauteng Government, Honorable Tasneem Mutara, MECs, members of the Executive Council who are here today, I'd like to acknowledge you. Members of the Mayoral Committee who are here, families of the fallen heroes of our struggle, and the June 16 generation in particular, young leaders of our nation, Ntate Snukizi Galala, Hope Papo, comrades and compatriots, members of our beautiful choir of the JMPD, Batubako Debe Nikalidumeris. I can't this cake is serious. Morning once more. Thank you. King Kesbaka Sakasheku to acknowledge hore mo re emeng teng ke pleke o lo re madi a ila tsholoa ka baka la ntwa ya Maebuye re nwalela lefatshe hore le kgutle. And on this day 40 years ago, fearless young people armed with books, conviction and a dream for dignity stared down the barrels of apartheid guns. They did not flinch. They marched for a future in which they could learn in their own language, but taught with respect and live with freedom. Some, like Hector Peterson and Hastings Ndlovu, never made it home because of the barrel of the apartheid gun. June 16 is an important event, an event that demonstrates the bravery of young people who took a decision and said, freedom or death, victory is certain. They made a conscious decision that they are ready to lay down their lives for me and you to be free. To the young people of today, you are the new front line. Your weapons are no longer placards and chants, but skills, innovation, and expertise. Your protest is the pursuit of opportunity. Your defiance is your refusal to accept exclusion. And your uprising is your ambition to build. Young people of today have got a bigger task, and also want to call on our parents to continue to help these young people to experience and explore their full potential. Let us stand up in fighting against substance abuse. Let us stand up fighting against alcohol abuse, and indeed against Nyaope. As the city of Johannesburg, we are determined to carry forward the legacy of the 1976 generation with measurable action. The youth of today face new brutality.
Madulo a mangata mo ntlong ya ntate bagaetsho a go re lekana rotlhe re leboga thata gore be le tlile mo bokoni bophirima leadership yotlhe ya South Africa. South Africa dumela. South Africans dumela. Re a lamogela mo bokoni bophirima bagaetsho. Letsatsi la kajeno re tlo go bua Setswana se se monate mo bokoni bophirima, ministers. Ke tlo go fa fela ga ba le ready Northwest Subs Band ba khone ba re bulele sentle ba gaetso ke kopa reme rotlhe ka dinao. Can we all stand up? Ka situ ha le fetsa go bua ke tlo ba bolella ba lopelle. Le feditse re a leboga. Thank you very much. Thank you. Re a leboga. Re a leboga, re ka dula fa fatshe. Leina la ka ke Galerekwe Tsotso Virginia Tlhapi. Ke MEC wa Arts, Culture, Sports and Recreation mo provinceng ya Bokone Bophirima. I am going to chair this program today together with the Minister of Arts, Culture and Sports mo South Africa, Ntate Mackenzie. La muitsa ke re bagaetsho. So nala ene ke rona re tlo drive koloi ye mo letsatsi la ka tsheko. Re kopa fela di passenger tsa rona enne di passenger tse di siameng. Ba bofe di safety belt, ba relax because today ke letsatsi le le botlhokwa mo calendareng. Ke letsatsi la basha. Letsatsi le leng gore all of us we know gore young people by 1976 went through and la itse gore ba swetile. So today is for young people ba ba leng fa today to know their mission as young people. You must create your mission because today ra itse gore as young people unemployment e re tlhasetsa ke re ba gaetso. So le sentse le nne le your own program as young people to make sure that you match the 1976 young people. We are not going to sit down and wait for our parents. We are going to fight this system so that this system can accommodate us. So we are here today not only to celebrate, but also to hear from other young people ba eleng gore ba na le mission ka bophelo ba bona. A ke re basha. So the VIPs of today are young people, yourselves. Again, young people of today, the deputy ministers, the executive mayors, all the leaderships, today, the MECs, they are here to give you a support because most of them, 40 years, I know. So, they are here to support you, including myself. But we are here for you as government of South Africa. So make use of this day. How well for the young person also for today. I was there, I had the premier, I had the deputy president, and this is what we can do as young people. And young people, make sure that you unite as we gathered here today. Unite in your mission. Make sure that you work together. Because Rona as government, commemorate your days, study plan. Have your own plans and tell us, put us to task so that we can deliver on your behalf. So like I indicated, I'm going to share this program with my minister, Minister Mackenzie. I will now call on, before Pitbull, I will call on number 1 of this province to come and welcome everyone Otilembo province in Northwest province. Ntate Lazarus Mokhosi, ki premier wa rona, to come and make a welcome. Amogele batho botlhe ba balente. Re kopa batho ba botlhe ba senang ditilo ba tsene ka mogare ditilo di dintsi ba gaetso. Premier.
Thank you very much, MEC Tlhapi, and your co-program director, Minister Mackenzie, Deputy President, Your Excellency, Ntate Mashatile, all ministers present here today, all deputy ministers present here today, members of the Executive Council of the Northwest present here today, members of the Provincial Legislature and National Assembly present here today, the Provincial Chairperson of Salga in the Northwest, Councillor Kumalo Molefe, the
Deputy Chair of NYDA, Karabo Mohale, the Executive Mayor of JB Marks Local Municipality, Gabakatele, Executive Mayors and Councillors present here today, leaders of various political formations present here today, youth organizations present today, leaders of faith-based organizations, the Northwest House of Traditional and Kwesang leaders, Bagaetso ka kakaretso, dumelang, le tsogile le tlotse, ra leboga. Program Director, on behalf of the Northwest Provincial Government, let me take this opportunity and extend a warm welcome to all our guests to our beautiful province. A province of warm people, rich history, culture, and heritage. Today is an important occasion, marks the official countdown towards the much anticipated 50th anniversary of June 16 uprising commemoration next year. As we take stock of this monumental and historic milestone, we invigorate the spirit of all heroes and heroines of our liberation who laid down their lives for our freedom. It is their bravery, sacrifice, and resilience which continue to be a cornerstone of our political independence, which among others is centered on democratic values, respect for human rights, and equal opportunities for all. As a province, we pay homage to all June 16 youth activists who, inspired by, among others, Onkgopotse Tiro, a bona fide of the Northwest and the first liberation activist to be assassinated by the apartheid government in exile. His revolutionary spirit must continue to serve as a source of motivation and beacon of hope, particularly in the full execution and attainment of our national democratic revolution. Program Director, in a few days we will be commemorating another important milestone as we mark the 70th anniversary of the Freedom Charter, which was adopted on the 26th of June 1955 and pioneered by struggle heroes such as Professor Kiudirelang Zachariah Matthews, Moses Kotane, and J.B. Marks, who were astute academics and political activists and freedom fighters. They laid an important foundation for a united, non-racial, non-sexist, democratic, and prosperous country. Really province ya Northwest, re pila le go ikgantsha ka bagaka ba mo go segeng motlhala o lerileng kgololosego mo nageng ya rona ya Afrika Borwa. They paved the way for the long-standing resolve of our forefathers in the Freedom Charter proclaims, and I quote, "The doors of learning and culture shall be open, and that education shall be free, compulsory, universal, and equal for all our children." Bagaetso re le province re beile tlamelo kana thebolo thuto kwa setlhoeng sa dintlhapisego tsa puso ya rona. Education will remain one of our apex priorities, with more than 1.5 billion spent on infrastructure, school nutrition, and scholar transport on an annual basis. As a consequence of these policy measures, more than 700,000 learners in our province are served 2 meals per day and attending no-fee paying schools, Deputy President. The Victor Teba Sephora Provincial Bursary Scheme, named after our struggle veteran and a contemporary to Oliver Tambo, Walter Sisulu, and Nelson Mandela, is in full swing. We have set aside 10 million rand for this, for our students to pursue their qualifications in engineering, biochemistry, film, and television. Moreover, 31 students from our rural and previously marginalized communities have been enrolled to study medicine in Cuba. Program Director, our skills development and training initiatives as job creation efforts are gaining traction day by day to mitigate the impact of high unemployment figures in our country. Over the weekend, Deputy President, we successfully launched a groundbreaking 3,000 hectares dry bean farming initiative in Mante, in a Greater Town local municipality. This project, which is going to be a benefit to 2,000 young people, will have an annual turnover of over 57 million rand once implemented in full swing capacity. During our State of the Province, Deputy President, I indicated that we'll be partnering with private sector, in particular in this Pillar Jordan, and South African National Defence Force to train 3,000 young people in artisanal work. The advert will be, and the recruitment will be going out, and we'll start this operation in September. Our employment creation activities are yielding desired results, as we have been able to afford close to 10,000 work and business opportunities for young people through internships, learnership, and business development initiatives, in particular in tourism and agriculture. In relation to the latter, 52 National Youth Rural Service Corps farmers completed their training in animal and plant production, and about 116 unemployed graduates have been appointed. A further 555 young people will undergo training in the national goat and sheep industry development. In addition to this, Deputy President, 480 young people will receive training through the Graduate Skills Development Program in Artisanal Intelligence, Biofiber, Robotics, and Coding, among others, in the next 2 years. In the next few weeks, I will be meeting with our artists in the film, television, and music industry to start working on a program called Choletsa Serodumo Sabokonupuri. This initiative will be centered on creating a thriving entertainment industry. Lastly, Program Director, I wish to thank all of you and the young people of this province for honoring this event and having entrusted us with the huge responsibility of changing your lives for a better. For a revolution, as Thomas Sankara once said, and I quote, "It's not a public speaking tournament, nor a battle of fine phrases. Our revolution is not simply for spouting slogans that are no more than signals used by manipulators, trying to use them as catchwords or as code words, as a foil for their own display. Our revolution is, and should continue to be, the collective effort of revolutionaries to transform reality, to improve the concrete situation of the masses of our people." Bagaetso jaka motsoga pele a tlile ka ya re tloga e tloga gale modisa tsone o tswana tso sakeng a makalo le amogetswe mo profenseng ya Northwest. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everybody. Let me see. Mbonze di flaga tsa lena ke bona o na le bophelo mo bobong. Bophelo boteng. DP, there's life here. There's life here. Thank you very much. My name is Gaten Mackenzie. I'm the Minister of Sport, Arts and Culture. I'm a co-MC today. Before we start, some 4 important rules and announcements. Number 1, can we all rise and be silent for a minute for the victims of the flood in the Eastern Cape? We have certainly lost a lot of people, and please can we rise for a moment of silence? Thank you very much. Then, thank you. When you have an important function at your house, everywhere, you always check who honors the invitation. And we must thank the people that honored the invitation. I want the following people to rise so that you can see your leaders. Tshwantse o tsebe di leader tsa hao. Batho ba tlileng ho wena, batho ba GNU e re utlwang ka yone, ba teng gompieno, ba fitlhile, ba teng halesi vandag. Can the minister, you know, ne re le mo load shedding, ka ba tlisa another minister. Hai, ka tlisa bophelo. Sputla, ha re mo fe matso, Sputla. Hey, why one Santia load shedding? He's fighting it. No, stay standing, Sputla. You know, there's somebody important here. She's always in the background, Deputy President. I want people to know, she's always in the background, very softly spoken. It is the Director General of the country, Sis Balen. Remain standing. The Minister of Basic Education, Khwarube, can you please stand up? Minister of Higher Education, Ngabane. Minister of Transport, what it takes in the bus, in Chokafela, Barbara Chrissy. Minister of Women, Ukadula Staging, Martonzo Emma, you have to stand. Minister Cindy Chikunga. Now I must take off my head because we're working with royalty. Minister, remain standing. People must know us. I must take off my head because we have Unkosi Butele Zishenge. Yeah, Shenge. Yeah, Baba. We have our Deputy Minister Steve Litzika here. Please stand up. Our Deputy Minister Kenny Murolong. Please stand up. Thandi Murake. Dixon Masemula. Nontrebo. Alzuza. Andris Nial, can you stand us, please? Bagaitsu. Maar Spana Saka Wata di Kolishula Premier. Bagaitsu, mensen, this is the government of national unity. This is your government. That is the government that will bring change. That is the government that will create jobs. Our boss, His Excellency, Matamela Cyril Ramaphosa, has given us the line of march. Give our people jobs. Give our people houses. Skamamela Baba Buandi Jotengata. Hey, GNU, Harifuni GNU. Ken the ambassador of Indonesia, Ken the ambassador of Cameroon, Ken the ambassador of Japan, Ken the Greek Royal, we're international. You can see, we are international. Sapatovic! Thank you very much. The VIPs today, I want to tell you, I know you've welcomed him But you must not welcome the DP like welcome Abo Mackenzie. For us, you can welcome us like, Minister Mackenzie. But when the deputy president of the country is here, he must feel us. The ones that don't know is here, they must hear. Can we all rise? Rishapachovicho for the Deputy President Paul Mashatile. Thank you, DP. Premier, you've done well. We are happy here. Thank you, DP. You can be seated. Na mo kilinteng ha ke rate butsirane. Ha ke rate mo nkare batho ba jile retex. Ek soek nie waar daar 'n bietjie gevrektigheid is. Ek soek lewe. Ons weet Afrikaans. We are saying die ding kom ruk. Bokuli China is coming here today. Bokuli China is coming here today. Bol Lady Blue is coming here today. Baba Satimu Jaiva. Kaba Jamarela. Bo Andris Nel. Baba Satibon Zuza. Nalis Butla. Ritoli Bonsa. Hori Rulari Etsang. Arisapechovicho. Thank you very much. And lastly, I'm keeping time. You have 5 seconds. I'm sitting there. When you speak, when you go over your time, you have 5 seconds from here. From here, I will stand up. You have 5 seconds to wrap up. Arnana Kosto Mamela is speech forever and ever today. We are waiting for the deputy president's speech. You're not swearing moru. You're not swearing the taba. Let me call next on our program. And the president sent a message. He's at the G7 because we are hosting the G20 this year. It's not a small thing. The problem with President Ramaphosa is very humble. If it was me, you'd all have known I'm the first president in Africa that is the G20 president. He's a humble man, so he's soft-spoken. In school, I would have put the curriculum. Who's the president of the G20 this year? Who Mackenzie? So we are having the G20 presidency. That's why our president is not here. Can I please call Potchefstroom? Let's give them a big hand. Secondary school for the recitation. Thank you very much. Over to you, our children.
Hello. Women of equality, gentlemen of integrity, the House at its largest capacity, please do receive my humble and sincere greetings. First of all, I would like to welcome the Deputy President and all the ministers. Welcome to Potchefstroom. Today, I, Zuleika Isup, along with Amishka Gilliland and Kiamukhetsu Kwasha, stand before you today proudly representing Potchefstroom Secondary School. We are going to enlighten you and to take you through a very important aspect of our beautiful South Africa. We are going to be reading the preamble of this constitution. So as we begin.
Rona batho ba Afrika Borwa, re itse ditshiamololo tsa rona tse di fetileng. Re tlotla ba ba bogileng ka ntlha ya tshiamo le kgololesego mo lefatsheng la rona. Re tlotla ba ba diretseng go aga le go tlhabolola naga ya rona, mme re dumela fa Afrika Borwa e le ya botlhe ba ba tshelang mo go yone re le ngatana e le nngwe ka go farologana. Thank you.
We therefore, through our freely elected representatives, adopted this constitution as the supreme law of the Republic so as to heal the divisions of the past and establish a society based on democratic values, social justice, and fundamental human rights. Lay the foundations for a democratic and open society in which government is based on the will of the people and every citizen is equally protected by the law.
Die lewensgehalte van alle burgers te verhoog en die potensiaal van elke mens te ontsluit en 'n verenigde en demokratiese Suid-Afrika te bou wat 'n regmatige plek as 'n soewereine stad in die gemeenskap van nasies kan inneem.
May God protect our people. Nkosi sikelele Afrika. Morena buluka sithaba sa Yesu. God seën Suid-Afrika. God bless South Africa. Mudzimu fatushetsa Afrika. Hosikisa Afrika. We thank you.
Kuna le challenge yano ya Haiti. Deputy Minister Thandi Modise wa itse challenge ya ka kere. Yano go batla ke namele. Re a leboga. Thank you very much. Ke kopa le ba fem matsogo. Thank you very much, Minister. Na ke na le minister o ntlhokometse wa gaetso. Thank you very much. Ke kopa le fem bana ba le matsogo gape. Thank you very much, Potchefstroom Secondary School. We are now going to another item on the program. Before I call the speaker on the podium, ke batla go gopotsa basha ba rona gore most of you guys gore ga le itse gore what is NYDA. Now today re tliseditse leadership ya NYDA. NYDA e tshwanetse make sure gore e developa bana or basha ibile e ba fa platform e ba sister ka everything. So I think me o tlo tla mo because he's a young woman, I trust her. O tla tla le fa dikgang tse di botse. O tswa ko Limpopo o tla le fa dikgang tse di botse. Ke ene the deputy chairperson wa NYDA me Karabo Mohale a tlo go lefa ka lefoko Mariano Mbasha. I'm worried gore a mmela go khona go utla gore the opportunities that NYDA has for you. Lo khona go di note ga le dira modumo. Ke kopa gore ga gona le speaker here, just listen and note ga le go lena le dipene mo go lona. Before you Karabo, can you sit please? Ke lebetse go acknowledge my colleagues. Ke tlabe ke dira mistake go sa acknowledge my colleagues. I know amongst us Deputy President Renale MEC Mukua ga ke le bitsa my colleagues ko pa le wave fela le dumedise batho. Renale MEC Mukua na go le tshwarisa ya ka Minister Mackenzie ke bua gore le tshware diposo tsefe mare young people ha ba fetsa fa le go bonela go engage le bone ba le tshwaretse something. Renale MEC Sambatha wa dikgomo. Renale MEC Danki. Renale MEC Molapisi. Minister, we are also happy that the Northwest Provincial Legislature has also joined us. Mohareng harona renale Speaker Sarona Me Dr. Mohono. Renale gape the Deputy Speaker Ntate Colin Maine. O ka nna mo emelela Mmagasio Mohumagadi. Mogareng ga rona gape we also have honorable members of legislature. Ke bone Honorable Stale. Ke bone Honorable Sona Kile. There are other members ba ke sa ba bona ba tla intshwara. We also have the chairperson of Salga. Ntate Khumalo Molefe ebile is the executive mayor of Ngaka Modiri Molema District Municipality. As and when bantse ba gore ba bona, we will then indicate to our VIPs gore ke bo mamba ba lente mo gare ga rona. Let me hand over to Karabo Mohale to give us some sweets. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much to the program director together with the minister. My name is Karabo Mohale, the Executive Deputy Chairperson of the National Youth Development Agency. To the Deputy President of the Republic of South Africa, leading the delegation of government, consisting of ministers, deputy ministers, and esteemed colleagues. Today is not just about remembering history. It is about carrying it forward with purpose and intent. Carrying the weight of young bodies that never made it home in 1976. Carrying the fire of voices that were silenced too soon. Carrying the dreams of a generation that stood so you and I could be free. They tried to bury them. Little did they know they were seeds. The greatest honor we can give the giants on whose shoulders we stand on is not only in celebration, but it is in confrontation. Confronting the uncomfortable truth. We have to dismantle the shackles of poverty that still bind too many young people. We have to refuse a country where the only inheritance that young people have would be generational poverty. We have to reject a reality where far too many young people turn 35 without never having had a job or an economic opportunity. We need a youth-centered economy, not one that only includes young people, but one where young people are co-creators. To our government as led today by the Deputy President, we lament because we believe, knowing what you are capable of. We have seen you move mountains. When we think about the dark period of COVID-19, we remain hopeful that you too will rise up in defense of the young people of South Africa. Let our generation see that you do not just hear us, but you act for us. The young people of South Africa need you now more than ever. And I would like to say this plainly. Young people are not looking for handouts. They are not looking for favors. They are looking for a chance to contribute meaningfully to the development trajectory of South Africa. They have what it takes. Minister Mackenzie, if you drive through the dusty streets of Limpopo, you'll hear a sound that is rising from the ground, a genre that is born from dust and defiance, Legombo music. Made popular by the likes of Shandesh, Janesh, and Karishma. Young artists are reclaiming their space in the arts. Minister Nkabane, if you walk through the corridors of our universities, you'll find not just students, but authors of knowledge and builders of scholarship. Similar like Prof. Noluxolo Gaza, an associate professor with a PhD in information technology from Nelson Mandela University. Professor Jewel Mudiri, who became the youngest professor of law at the University of Pretoria at the age of 29. Or Professor Hlamo Lombiza of the University of South Africa, who became the youngest and only associate professor of mathematics education in the country with an NRF Y2 rating. Minister Chikunga, these are not just achievements. This is evidence of what happens when potential meets support. Our demands are clear. We need to commercialize youth-led research and innovation, fund the commercialization of research, patent the ideas of young people, and fund them to scale youth-developed solutions. Turn labs into launch pads for jobs and enterprises. Secondly, we need you to localize development and create jobs where young people live. Government must take development to where the people are, in townships, in rural villages, in squatter camps, in informal settlements. Thirdly, we need to break barriers to markets for youth-owned enterprises. We need to ensure that we enforce real youth access to procurement, to the markets, digitizing supply chains, and reducing red tape. And lastly, fund young people to industrialize with intent and scale. We need a bold, dedicated government that does not only support, but catalyzes youth innovations. As I conclude, Deputy President Mashatile, from townships to tech hubs, from farms to fashion houses, in every corner of this country, young people are breaking glass ceilings and generational barriers. But in other corners, there is dead silence. Young people have stopped believing, and it is for them that we must fight. For every young person who still shows up, we owe them momentum. For every young person who has given up, we owe them a reason to fight and rise again. To the youth of South Africa, there is nothing under the sun that is beyond your reach. Gear up for greatness, be bold, be brilliant, and above all, be limitless. Thank you.
Thank you very much, young women. Thank you very much. Basha, ke kopa le feng mme Karabo Mohale matsogo a bofuthu. Because she's speaking on your behalf. And she's saying, NYDA need creators. Batho ba eleng gore ba tla tla ka di-plan. Young people do not want handouts, leadership. Deputy ministers, I'm happy that some of you led young people. So you know that young people do not want handouts. They want to be a solution to the problem. They also want to be part of this economy. So whenever we engage with them, let's get the handouts, deputy ministers and ministers. Be rest assured, they are ready. And they can take this country forward. If you give them the baton, I'm definitely sure that Deputy President, they can take us somewhere. So thank you very much, Karabo Mohale. And I think you will then go around South Africa and discuss the issue of youth developed solution. Go and work with all young people. Baba ko Motlabe ke mo Moses Kotane Ntate Kenny Morolong, Baba ko Swais Renek, Baba ko Taung. Because this province is one of the provinces that they are rural. So whenever we plan, riskera plana ka blanket approach. Re plan ka mokgo di province tlebe di leng ka teng. So thank you very much, Auskarabo, and I think Bashaba Northwest, Bashaba South Africa are ready to also engage with you, the solutions that they might be having. Let me call two young people. They will now come and give us their testimonies. I don't know if ba ready mo balenteng, if ba ready refete. I want to call on Janjis or Jankis Bourderey and Sandile SK Original Kapola. They will tell us the systems of government in Tidibatusa, the programs that government has, they will then tell us and then where are they? Jankis, Michael Temo. Okay, and Jankis. Where is Sandile SK Original Aka Kapola? Okay, thank you very much. You can start.
Ere santla kitse chono e go leboga this opportunity ya gore ke be ke eme mo pele ga matshwiti le baeteledipele ba puso e re ke simolle ka go dumedisa the deputy president of our country, the premier of our province, ke tsele mahoko ga honorable minister Mr. Gaten McKenzie, ke re all protocol observed. Bagaetso na kalina ke Tshepisho ka sefane ke Jankis ke mosimane wa ko Taung ko Greater Taung local municipality ke tswa ko village e bilwang gote ke ko Khobadi ko Dry Hearts bagaetso in quickly se ke tlo go se buang ela ke go sherela. I did not know gore ke di achievement, but today because I'm honored I'm going to tell you this achievement. Jangis Burdere bagaetso ke setlamo sa agriculture and agro processing se se leng based in Taung, where we are producers, packagers, distributors and exporters of a product called lucerne. Jangis Burdere is in the industry of animal feed production. We are also processing this animal feed. During my tenure, I started 2021 in this business. My first and big client that I scored, it's a client in Botswana where I started my export load during 2021 till to date. Jangis Burdere bagaetso has participated in multiple agri expos and projects across SADC. In 2021, Jangis Burdere has participated in the Uru Harui Agri Expo in Namibia in Okahanja. During that tenure, I was supported by the MEC of Agriculture, Medes Bomohono. Honorable Deputy President, let me tell you, and the Premier of the Northwest, in that expo, there were people from different countries. Our products were judged, we were selected. They were everyone to look at the product in terms of your presentation in the business. And let me tell you the good news about that. Jangis Burdere was the only business in agriculture from South Africa and Northwest Province. Now in that, I say, Honorable Deputy President and the Premier, I went to represent your country and your province in 2021. Now in all the judgment that were done, Jangis Burdere came home with a gold medal. Jangis Burdere has participated again in the Botswana Global Expo in 2022. We were supported by NWDC, where 9 of us from the agri, mining, we went to that expo also to exhibit our products. We participated, we came strong, we went there better and prepared. We participated in that expo again. We were blessed by the former president of Botswana by then. And during the night after that event, we have won the country's Pavilion Award, bring it back to South Africa. Thank you very much. Jangis Burdere currently, as it's sitting, it has incubated 100 young people, and I must indicate that I am the contributor of job creation in the province and the district of Dr. Ruth. Thank you.
You know, it's a very big privilege to be on the same stage as greatness. So, you know, it's a little bit nerve-wracking, you know, for a young person like me that doesn't have too much public speaking experience. So be forgiving, okay? Honorable Deputy President Paul Mashatile, Premiers present, Minister of Youth and Minister of Sports and Arts and Culture, all other ministers, deputy ministers, mayors and councillors, all our leaders, fellow young South Africans and dreamers, good morning, if we're still in mourning. Thank you very much for having me and giving me the chance to stand here today. My name is Sandila Khapola, but most popularly known as K Original. I'm a young 23-year-old visual artist born in Cape Town, raised in Polokwane, and now based in Gauteng. Today I would like to share my story with you, not because it's perfect, but because it's, you know, mostly real. If there's any one person in this crowd today, especially a young person, who will hear it and get inspired, then it's worth showing up. Let me take you back. I grew up in a place where access to art would not even be a feature in this conversation. In Polokwane, there weren't any art schools in my area. There wasn't any programs introducing kids to creative careers. There's just no place where you could walk in and say, I want to be an artist, and someone would say, here's how. So when you grow up like that, the idea of becoming a full-time artist feels kind of impossible. Not because you aren't talented, but because you don't know where to begin. You don't even know where to look for mentorship, basic materials, or even funding for what you want to do. The truth is, most of us, especially from smaller towns, we don't even know that there's funding out there to support talented individuals. And that is a serious and major gap, because there's a saying that the poverty is not knowing what lays outside of your door. So imagine what happens if that knowledge was freely and easily available to every young person in this country. Imagine how much talent would rise. Now, fast forward to 2020, lockdown hits. I'm supposed to be at school, but like many other students, I'm forced to stay home for like 6 months. So what did I do then? I just started drawing. I drew every day until I'm able to meet a couple of celebrities that could help me, put me on a pedestal, to help me market my business, you know? And at first, it was just to pass by time and as a way to start, you know, being busy during the lockdown phase. I went from pencil sketches on paper, pushed myself, experimented with charcoal, then with paint, then with glass. So for those that don't know what I mean, I'm the guy responsible for making cracked glass artworks. The ones you see on your TikToks, your Instagram, that's me. Thank you, thank you. Now, I found ways to turn glass into a canvas, and that is when people started taking notice. It's something different, it's something raw, it's something that reflects not just art, but the struggle and resilience. Today, I'm proud to say that small spark, that lockdown hobby turned into a real business, which is now a movement, a business which gave me a voice. I've had the honor of meeting some of South Africa's greatest names, including Mr. Gayton McKenzie, who's very much supported my business. And not only in South Africa, but recently I had the opportunity to meet Chris Brown and hand him over my piece, you know? That felt surreal because me, a kid from Polokwane with no fancy background, no formal training, standing in front of one of the biggest artists in the world with a piece of art in my hands. But I didn't stop there. I'm now earning a decent income. I live on my own, in my own apartment, and I own 2 cars. I have the freedom to travel in and out of the province when I need to. All of this is because I chose to start, even when I had no resources, no guidebook, and no roadmap. I want to say this to every young person here. You don't need to have everything to start. You just need to start with what you have. Your idea, your passion, and your determination. I started with my ideas, my hands, and my phone. Do not wait for the right moment, but make the right moment. There are a lot of SK originals all over this country, young creators, dreamers, and thinkers who just believe in themselves and to have a little light to shine in what they're doing in the dark. To our Deputy President, to all our leaders from government and business sector, let us not wait for Youth Day to speak about the potential of young people. Support us by creating innovation hubs, incubate the ideas of young people into viable businesses. Support us by establishing talented academies to nurture talented artists, sportsmen, artisans from around the country, including townships and rural areas. Support us by making funding, mentorship, and access to local and international markets. To every young person here, keep dreaming, keep creating, keep fighting. Remember that everything I started, I built with my hands. Because as our great leader Utata once said, it is in your hands to create a better world for those who live in it. Let us shape our future with our hands right now. Thank you. Ke a leboha.
Thank you very much. I'm a 2000. I'm a 2000 ateng in the house. I'm a 2000 ateng in the house. Brasputla, only 2000. We can agree for only 2000. Thank you very much. Limutli lager. I'm in TikTok. Okay. Ready for Mr. McKenzie? No, kadala. Neke botsa gore le mo TikTok. Ke ba ka ba mo TikTok. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, our young people. I will now call on Mr. McKenzie. We are changing the program. You know the power of mic. You can do whatever you want to do with it. So we are changing it. Don't worry about the programs that you are having. I normally do this when I chair the program. So I'm changing it. U10. I lo mo N1. Rajiga no retsana mo N4 ba fethu ne. So ke batla o fanta te McKenzie so that that's mo N4. Ayego. Wa tlhaloganya Minister of Education. Ondiva ka kuhle. So ra change because we are sharing the program. deputy ministers and minister. Thank you very much.
Chovito! We are together, we are together. There's a name I want you to remember. Themba Bavume. It is one of the world's best cricketers, DP. He's South African. He's from Langa. Yesterday they made history, and they're going to make history forever. But why I came here to introduce the next band, I'm from a community, DP, where people die a lot because of gangsterism. In El Dorado Park, 4 people were shot dead 2 days ago. People die in Menenberg. And we as the GNU, the Minister of Police, I must tell the people from my community, we are working very hard to finish gangsterism. We can't tell you the plans, but through the GNU, I am right there. We are going to fix our communities. These gangsters that rule our communities, they come into the end of their time. We are going to deal with them like a dog deals with a bone. They can't threaten our communities anymore. We are busy with a program. We've got a very good Minister of Police. But why I'm coming here, DP, it's very hard to keep our children away from gangsterism because we don't have sporting facilities. We don't have these facilities. But now, since in the wisdom of President Ramaphosa, he has appointed a very vibrant sports minister and culture minister, we are going to change stuff. And the next band is a man called Greg Taylor. Greg Taylor is from Wasselbaai. There are many Greg Taylors in our community that keeps young children away from crime, that keep young children away from doing wrong things. And it's people like Greg Taylor that use their time without being paid to fight gangsterism through action. And what you see here, all those children, if there was no Greg Taylor, they would have been taken by the gangs. And that is the problem in our community. So I want us to give a great hand to the Greg Taylor Band and what they are doing in our community. Thank you very much. He's 5 or 6 years old. The boy is going to play now. He's 5 or 6 years old. The boy is going to play now.
Thank you very much. Ria leboga the Greg Taylor Band. Ka mmino o monate ke kopa le ba otlele matsogo ka gore ba lwana le di ritibatsi ba lwana le botlhokatsebe mo di community tsa rona. Ria leboga. We go on with our program. Minister Mackenzie, in our midst we also have guests from different political parties, but because this province is the province SMO National Unity for now, let me acknowledge in our midst the Provincial Chairperson of the African National Congress, Ntate Nono Maloi. Hari siri fitlu ko National Unity and Hari. Thank you very much. And other political parties that are here. I also saw the chairperson of other political parties. Rea leboga bagaetso. Rea leboga go nna teng ga lona mo gareng ga rona mo letsatsing la batšha. This day is not even political because it affects all young people across. So thank you very much. Let me call on Minister Sindisiwe Chukunga, the Minister in the Presidency for Women, Youth and Persons with Disabilities, and immediately Minister of Puo ya gago. Re kopa o biletse ko pele Deputy President wa rona. Re a leboga.
Thank you very much, Program Directors, His Excellency, Deputy President of the Republic of South Africa, Honorable Paul Mashatile, Premier of the Northwest Province, Honorable Lazarus Mohoshi, Ministers, Deputy Ministers, MECs, MPs, MPLs, Mayors and Councillors, Mayor of JP Max Local Municipality, Councillor Kaba Titiba Kakele, Director General in the Presidency and Secretary of Cabinet, Ms. Pindile Baleni, Executive Deputy Chairperson of the NYDA, Ms. Karabo Mohale, members of the Diplomatic Corps, distinguished guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, but more importantly, and in a special way, I want to greet South Africa's youth, our assets as South Africa, our South Africa's investment. Eta South Africa's youth, eta. Eta South Africa's youth, eta. Halala South Africa's youth, halala. It is both an honor and a profound responsibility to contribute to the 2025 National Youth Day commemoration held here in Potchefstroom under the theme Skills for the Changing World, Empowering Youth for Meaningful Economic Participation. This morning, as we assemble in the province that gave us Ruth Mompati, who as a young woman helped organize the historic 1956 Women's March, Dr. Molifi Paul Sifularo, one of the founding members of the Azanian Student Organization, and Abraham Okopotso Tiro, a master teacher. We are called upon to break with the ordinary and adopt extraordinary measures to respond to the youth question. Too often, 1976 is remembered only as a rejection of Africans. Yes, but the truth is more profound. That generation rose up against a system designed to erase their minds, steal their futures, and condition them for subservience. They knew what Verwoerd meant when he said the African child did not need to learn beyond obedience. Program directors, our rate of youth unemployment represents a national crisis, as President Ramaphosa said it, and I believe it requires all of us to mount a de-siloed, all of government at all levels and all of society response that is fit for purpose. Beyond the unemployment numbers are families and young people who are traumatized, frustrated, and increasingly disillusioned. We hear it in their own words. As Zimasa Babasa put it during a youth think tank organized by my office in Gauteng, he said, if there is no work, the rest of the pyramid collapses. Their mandate is to future-proof themselves and their country by organizing, by being skilled and reskilled, and skilling themselves in a manner that prepares them to take responsible ownership, control and management of all well-producing resources of this land. As Malcolm X said, you are not outnumbered, you are out-organized. For us, organized youth like South Africa's youth represent a blessing with limitless potential, a strategic asset for the current and future well-being of this country and the continent. So, to our youth, organize, organize, and organize. Program directors, our continent is home to an estimated 453 million young people who are between the ages of 15 and 35, a number projected to exceed 1 billion by 2063. Notably, about 70% of the population in sub-Saharan Africa is estimated to be under the age of 30. They represent the size of a largely untapped market for finished goods and services. They represent a market that must be connected through technology, a market that must be fed, a market that must travel, a market that must be entertained, a market that must be well-dressed. This is where our jobs will also come from. Program directors, over the past 2 weeks, we have sat with young people, not as a minister, but as a listener. Honorable Deputy President, young people are not just sitting. They are organized, they are involved, they are contributing to the country's economy. They are existing. On the 3rd of June, we launched Youth Month in Soweto, the birthplace of the 1976 uprising. Then, Sepolitia, a young engineer, moderated a panel with precision and clarity. His message was direct. He said, I quote him, "We must build real bridges between the people and state. Opportunity must not be a distant promise. It must be a visible and walkable path." On the 10th of June, we gathered over 130 young people for a youth debate watch party in Parliament, where young people from in and around Cape Town gathered to watch members of Parliament debate the state of the youth in South Africa. They didn't just observe Parliament, they interrogated it. One young member of Parliament reminded young people in the room that you may not be into politics, but politics is into you. On the 10th of June, in partnership with the University of Cape Town, we convened a Cape Town think tank constituted by a variety of young people, employed, unemployed, entrepreneurs, as well as students. It was energized, it was sharp, and deeply honest. Ms. Nswaki Mapela, a recent master's graduate, proposed a disability inclusion scorecard a digital tool to hold departments and institutions accountable in staffing, infrastructure, and budgets. Her idea was echoed 2 days later at Youth Parliament by Ms. Tembelihle Nqayi, who challenged us to become, I quote, the moral champions of disability inclusion in Southern Africa. We also heard from Lisa Adams, a technology director and co-founder of Citizen Code, Dimpho Moeti, an international awarded gamer, and Kafiso Masaye, CEO and founder of Metric Alive, who collectively made a powerful case for a decolonized, community-centered innovation ecosystem. Their message was clear. They said, in the era of artificial intelligence, robotics and gaming, our technologies must be designed by the people, for the people, and rooted in African values and social justice. On the 13th of June, we also witnessed the power of young democracy at the Youth Parliament. There was no hesitation, no fear, only fierce clarity as they demanded that Youth Parliament becomes more than just an event, but a respected site of accountability. And I agree with them. They are scaling gender justice and survivor-led policy reform, like Abigail Smith, a human trafficking survivor, now leading advocacy and embrace dignity and not I but we, championing abolitionist laws and second stage shelter for survivors. Young people are designing platforms that convert skills into livelihoods, like Wandile Mtoba, an aerospace engineer turned tech entrepreneur who co-founded Kandua to connect artisans to opportunities and now helps young innovators grow ideas into real businesses through a company called Coral Tree. They are unlocking investment for national development, like Tusani Fakude, a young mergers and acquisitions lawyer, helping businesses and government work together to fund infrastructure, grow local industries, and ensure that economic growth benefits more people, not just a few. In our capacity as chair of the G20 Working Group on the Empowerment of Women, we will be inviting these young people to shape legacy projects that will emerge out of the 3 key priority areas. These are the K-economy, financial inclusion, and combating gender violence and femicide. To our young people, and those that are listening at home, let us live here not only inspired but mobilized. Let today remind every young person in South Africa that you are seen, you are needed, you are believed in, and you are backed. Your ideas and contributions are supported and appreciated. South Africa is safe in your hands. At this moment that I have the honor of introducing someone who needs no introduction. The former MEC of Safety and Security, Housing, Finance and Economic Affairs in Gauteng, the former Premier of Gauteng Province, the former Minister of Arts and Culture, the current Deputy President of the African National Congress, and the Deputy President of the Republic of South Africa, His Excellency, Honorable Deputy President Paul Mashatile, to deliver the official 2025 Youth Day Commemoration Keynote address. May we all rise. Thank you very much.
Minister, come help me here. We must put the Deputy President in with a song. He's got a song he loves.
This one I want. Ayo matata, ayo matata, ayo matata, ayo mojibo, ayo matata, ayo matata, ayo matata, ayo mojibo.
Thank you very much, program directors, Minister Mackenzie and MEC Tlapi. Minister in the Presidency responsible for women, youth, and persons with disabilities, Ms. Sindisiwe Chikunga, Premier of the Northwest, Mr. Lazarus Mukhosi, ministers and deputy ministers here present, they all have been introduced. Director General, you were all also introduced. Ms. Pindile Baleni, members of the Executive Council of the province of the Northwest, all of you also introduced. Mayor of JB Max Municipality, Councillor Kaba Titiba Gatele, mayors, councillors, Mahoshia Rona Linteng, Mona Kajenu, Acting Chief Executive Officer of NYDA, also introduced, Mr. Mafika Duma, and then management team of NYDA. Heads of the private sector entities and civil society organizations, ambassadors, and all members of the diplomatic corps, the youth of South Africa, government officials here present, members of the media, all exhibitors who are with us today, esteemed guests, good afternoon. I thought I was going to address you in the morning, so I want to say good morning, but I can see, I think it's already afternoon. Good afternoon, Inhlikani, Ndimasiari, Dumelang kaofela. Ne ke ratile hore ke bue le lona ka Setswana gompieno. Fela Setswana sa ka ga sa tlhapa sentle. Re santse re se tlhapisa ko lapeng re ntse re se tlhapisa. Fela ke tla bua ka Seesemane go eletsa molaetsa ona o fitlhelle batho kaofela naga kaofela ke re ke a thaba ha le utlwise sa taba eo. Program directors, today we honor and pay tribute to the valiant and fearless young people who stood at the forefront of the liberation struggle on June 16, 1976. Regardless of their youthful stature, the youth of 1976 stood strong in the face of the oppressive system of the apartheid regime. They faced death with unwavering determination, fueled by a vision of equal rights and a more just society. As President Nelson Mandela recounted in his address on June 16, 1996, he said the following: "When freedom beckoned, you faced death and bullets and did not flinch. You responded to the call to build the underground and the mass democratic movement. You swelled the ranks of the People's Army and acquitted yourselves with distinctions on the battlefield. Close quote. It has been 49 years since that significant day, yet we will always remember the student leaders like Tsietsi Mashinini and Hastings Ndlovu who orchestrated the mass demonstration that transformed our nation. We must never forget those who joined the long list of martyrs and paid the ultimate price for our freedom. These are the young brave souls who fought for a dream that they never saw come to life, a dream that continues to inspire us and guide us today. By taking action in 1976 against an enforced Afrikaans language as the exclusive medium of instruction in African schools, those young learners were carrying out the path of struggle defined by their forefathers through the Freedom Charter. 10 days from now, we will commemorate the 70th anniversary of the Freedom Charter. The adoption of the Freedom Charter on June 26, 1955, and the Soweto uprising on June 16, 1976, are significant milestones in South Africa's journey towards our freedom. Both occurring under unique circumstances, but inspired by the shared vision of a free and equal South Africa for all. The Freedom Charter continues to be a pillar of South Africa's constitution, influencing political and social climate of the country. It demands that the doors of learning and culture shall be open to all. This clause signified the Charter's commitment to equality and access to education for all South Africans. In this regard, this year's theme, Skills for a Changing World, Embracing Youth for Meaningful Economic Participation, is more relevant to the noble cause for which the generation of 1976 and those who came before them were prepared to lay down their lives. It embodies the essence of what we aim to achieve together, a future where our youth are not just empowered, but actively engaged in shaping a better tomorrow. Program directors, the reality is that many young people in South Africa are not living the future they hoped for. They are confronted by high levels of unemployment, inequality, and a lack of access to opportunities, especially in the digital world. As government, we acknowledge that for these young people, their reality remains unstable, undesirable, and unsustainable. According to Stats SA, young people between the ages of 15 and 34 make up just half of South Africa's working age population, about 20.9 million people in number. However, far too many of them can't find work, especially those between the ages of 15 and 24. Currently, South Africa's unemployment rate has gone up to 32.9%, and if we include people who gave up looking for work, the rate jumps up to 43.1%. The latest data from the quarterly labor force survey shows that more than half of young people aged between 18 and 34 are unemployed. This is one of the highest levels we have ever seen. and it is of great concern to all of us. What is also deeply worrying is the growing number of young people who are not in education, not in employment, and not in training. The current figure stands at about 3.8 million people. Among the 15 to 24 years old, which is about 37.1%, fall into this category, with young women being slightly more affected than young men. If we look at the wider age group of 15 to 34 years, the rate is even higher at 45.1%. Even our graduates are struggling, with nearly 1 in 4 graduates struggling to gain employment. This is more than just an economic issue. It is a moral emergency. It affects our whole society and demands urgent action from all sectors, government, business, and the community at large. We must fix the structural challenges in our economy to address inequality and skills mismatch between education and what the job market needs. In this regard, the government is collaborating with stakeholders like the Harambee Youth Employment Accelerator to combat youth economic exclusion by addressing the demand-supply mismatch in the South African labor market. Moreover, we need to encourage young people to look into starting their own businesses instead of waiting to be employed. In this day and age, entrepreneurship is one of the keys to building a better future. We've just heard from the 2 young people just now who were demonstrating how they've made it through their own initiative. We encourage more young people to do the same. Our National Development Plan, Vision 2030, highlights the importance of small businesses and entrepreneurship in creating jobs and growing the economy. We must encourage the youth to trust and believe in their ability to start and grow their own businesses. And we must give them the tools and support to do so. Through the Human Resource Development Council, we aim to reduce the scourge of poverty, inequality, and unemployment through creating platforms for social partners to deliberate on the country's skills and human capital development. The Council is also working on strengthening partnerships between TVET colleges and various stakeholders, including industry and employers, to ensure that training is aligned to the needs of the labor market. Program directors, we believe that providing young people with the skills they need to become entrepreneurs or employable is crucial to our society's success. Therefore, this year's theme, Skills for a Changing World, Empowering Youth for Meaningful Economic Participation, is both timely and relevant. It illuminates the urgent need to future-proof our young people with adaptable skills and the necessary capabilities to navigate the evolving labor market and contribute meaningfully to growth of our economy and industries in an era of rapid technological and social transformation. Our 4th Industrial Revolution report makes it clear that, and I quote, "Our success in the era of the 4th Industrial Revolution will depend on our ability to unleash the full scientific, industrial, and creative potential of South African society. In order to prosper in this new industrial era, we must not only revolutionize our learning, work and living practices, but also embrace continuous innovation, adaptability, and unconventional thinking. Compatriots, as government, we offer various programs to support young entrepreneurs, including financial assistance, business development, and skills training. The National Youth Development Agency Grant Program and Youth Challenge Fund are key initiatives, along with the launch of a 20 billion rand annual transformation fund for the next 5 years, aiming to boost black-owned businesses and historically disadvantaged groups. Program directors, these funds will act as catalysts to attract other funds to enhance support for macro, small, medium enterprises. Additionally, government is promoting youth participation in the digital economy through initiatives like Digital Economy Master Plan and the National Digital and Future Skills Strategy. These initiatives inspire hope in our quest to create employment and entrepreneurship amongst our young people. However, I believe that young people require more than just hope and resilience to thrive. They need policy support and access to capital and markets for their goods and services. And above all, they need a coordinated ecosystem that recognizes that by working together, we can do more to create enabling environment for young people. As part of assisting young entrepreneurs with quick turnarounds on invoice payments, we have proposed a war room on clean governance. Part of the main priorities of the clean governance war room will be prioritization of 10 to 15 day payment cycle and transformative procurement of small businesses. This is doable. I know in the past it would take maybe 30 days to pay businesses, but particularly small businesses, we need to pay them on time, otherwise they go under. So this is really a transformative process that we are engaging in that is going to help small, medium enterprises. We must speed up the execution of existing legislation and regulation to make a meaningful contribution to the lives of the youth. Program directors, while challenges remain, allow me to briefly reflect on some of the major victories that our democratic dispensation has registered in advancing youth empowerment since 1994. Firstly, at basic education level, we have transformed the matric pass rate from 58% in 1994 to a historic 87.3% in 2024. This is a result of 3 decades of making education an apex priority by government. Our basic education system has gradually transformed while redressing the generational legacies of Verwoerd's Bantu education system. While we are not yet there where we wish to be, we are also far from where the inequality and disregard inherited in 1994 affected us. Secondly, program directors, in higher education, our National Student Financial Aid Scheme, a catalyst for widening access to higher education for the marginalized, has grown from a modest 33 million rands in 1991, saving only 7,240 students to now over 52 billion rands, funding more than 1.1 million students at universities and TVET colleges. That's real progress. As a result of this sustained investment, the demographic composition of our higher education system has been fundamentally transformed. In 1994, there were 266,000 black students, representing about 50.4% of the total student population. By 2020, that number had grown to 862,000 black students, constituting 80% of enrollments. In 2017, our government restructured NSFAS, converting it from a predominantly loan-based scheme into a grant system to ensure that higher education does not become a death sentence for young people. This support includes, amongst others, the NYDA Solomon Mahlangu Scholarship, which continues to advance the educational aspiration of youth from rural areas and township communities. We have also met and surpassed gender parity in higher education participation rates, with over 60% of graduates from our colleges and universities now being young women. As demand for education continues to grow, it is only natural that challenges around accommodation and administration of NSFAS have emerged. However, we are encouraged by the efforts of the Department of Higher Education and Training, which are currently underway to ensure that no deserving student is left behind. Thank you very much, Minister Nkabani, for those efforts. No deserving student will be left behind. Program Director, over the past 5 years, several mass youth employment programs have been implemented across the length and breadth of our country to respond to the challenge of youth unemployment. The Presidential Youth Employment Intervention was launched in 2020 to cultivate sustainable earning opportunities for young people from all walks of life. Just yesterday, the Presidency released a progress report on this initiative. The latest quarterly report confirms that over 4.7 million young people are now registered on the National Pathway Management Network, with more than 1.6 million earning opportunities secured through a variety of initiatives and partnerships. At the beginning of this month, 205,000 young people were placed in jobs. And this was done through phase 5 of the Basic Education Employment Initiative as part of the Presidential Youth Employment Stimulus. Thank you, Minister of Basic Education. We want to see more of this, more young people being taken into these programs. Government has also implemented the Social Employment Fund managed by the Industrial Development Corporation, which has been designed to address employment and promote social value through the whole of society approach. Social Employment Fund supports civil society organizations to create employment opportunities within local communities, focusing on initiatives that addresses social challenges like health, education, and food security. Since its inception in 2021, the Social Employment Fund has been able to create and retain 140,000 jobs across over 6,000 sites nationwide. Since 2012, the Small Enterprise Finance Agency has offered development finance to youth-owned SMMEs and cooperatives struggling to secure commercial credit through their various youth-specific funding options, including the Youth Fund Challenge, loans, grants, credit guarantees, and business support services to aid young entrepreneurs in their endeavors. Program directors, along these efforts, the National Youth Development Agency has a dedicated substantial resource to promote a culture of entrepreneurship among young people from all backgrounds. In line with our theme of skills for a changing world, let me turn to the catalytic project we have developed for implementation over the next 5 years to future-proof our youth and their income-earning abilities. In 2023, as our democratic dispensation turned 30, the Department of Women, Youth and People with Disabilities made a commitment to move beyond advocacy and begin to conceive nationwide transformative projects with a particular focus on poor and marginalized communities. To this end, the Minister in the Presidency, Youth and Persons with Disabilities, made a commitment to the President and Parliament to rally all governments, departments, and all of society, particularly industry and civil society organizations, behind the conceptualization and implementation of what we call South African National Service Institute, SANSI. I had an honor to launch this program last year in May alongside to be part of the upcoming national dialogue that is going to be convened to shape the future trajectory of our country. To parents, teachers, and communities, let us support and guide our children. The government will continue leading from the front by creating a conducive environment for economic growth, education, safety, and creating all opportunities for our young people. We must stand united in our commitment to creating a better tomorrow for the youth and the generation to come. I thank you very much. Ke leboga go menagana.
Thank you, DP, for that powerful speech with all the information. Thank you very much. We are going to call, just before we call the mayor to come and do the vote of thanks. The vote of thanks, Mayor Gaba, if you can walk to the stage already to do the vote of thanks. We are coming to the end of our program. Our artists are ready, but let's get the thanks. Dat gaat lekker wees hierso. Somebody lost a brand new car. Your car keys are here. You are very lucky. If I picked that up a few years ago before my change, I would have helped you to look for your car now, having it safely. Is it your? Oh. There's another car. Yeah, people are even leaving their cars. I've got 2 car keys here. Come and tell me what is your registration. You don't just say this is your car keys. Come give me your registration. We must see. Does it open? DP, thank you very much. That was very thoughtful. Mayor Gaba, are you ready? Give us the vote of thanks. We ask another person wants to do the vote of thanks. He made another speech. We don't have time for that. Over to you, Mayor Gaba. Caristo.
Program propellers, thank you very much for the opportunity given to render the vote of thanks prepared by the Executive Mayor, Nikiwe Num. I would not waste time. I would quickly go through it. As we conclude this important event honoring the bravery of our youth from 1976, I want to express our heartfelt gratitude to everyone who made this gathering possible. First and foremost, I extend my heartfelt thanks to our program directors, Minister Mackenzie and MEC Klapi, for guiding us through today's proceedings with such enthusiasm. A special acknowledgement goes to Fiona, our program director for part 1 of the morning cultural program. I would also like to express our appreciation for our dedicated language interpreters who ensured that everyone could fully engage and participate in the spirit of unity. To our Deputy President, Paul Mashatile, and the Premier of the Northwest, Mr. Mukhosi, thank you so much for your leadership and support. We are also grateful to the Minister of Women, Youth and Persons with Disabilities, Ms. Chukunga, for her continued advocacy for our youth and marginalized communities. A heartfelt thanks to you, to the NYDA Deputy Chair, for championing the interest of our young people across the nation. We are especially proud of young achievers Sandile, Kopola, and Janchis Burdere, whose stories embodied the spirit and resilience we celebrate today. Additionally, we thank the learners from Potchefstroom Secondary School and all the talented individuals who rendered performances and contributed items to our program, making this event vibrant and memorable. I would also like to acknowledge the efforts of every involving the organizing in this event, as well as all you who attended. Your presence here today signifies your commitment to honoring the legacy of those who stood up for justice, equality, and change. We hope that today has inspired you, not only remembering the courage displayed by the youth of 1976, but also actively contributed to addressing the challenges we face in our communities today, such as issues of unclean towns, cities, and villages, among many others. Together, let us carry towards the spirit of the youth of 1976 by taking meaningful action in our daily lives, fostering a cleaner, more respectful, and sustainable environment for generations to come. Thank you very much.
We already had the person coming to claim the keys. When we asked for the registration, he gave me another registration. So when you come to claim for the keys, the security cluster, the police will deal with us because we nearly gave the wrong person the car keys. The deputy president will come and greet before he leaves all the ambassadors. He will greet all the ministers. Our deputy president is going to Russia later, but he insists that I must inform you that you will be greeted. There's 3 very big announcements we need to make. It's Youth Day today. We have the SRC members here and the leadership of Orbit TVET College, Taletso TVET College, Vuselela TVET College, Northwest University, Northwest CET College. Then, from this province, we shall make a big mistake if we don't recognize that this province, Premier, has kept our name high. We had Russians, people coming from everywhere, coming to try to win the comrades. But the winner is Tete Dijani from the Northwest Province, Armusha Petsovicho. Then in conclusion, young people, don't listen always to just bad news. This country, South Africa is a great country with great heroes. I want to leave you with 2 names of fearless leaders. One of them is called Solomon Masangu. When he was hanged by the apartheid regime, he said, "My blood will nourish the trees of freedom for future generations to come." Another young man that was fearless was a young man called Anton French. When the apartheid regime attacked him, he told them, "Kohalmai," and he fought for me and you until death. To show you what a great country we live in, what a great government this is. Since the GNU came into power, I want to show you Bafana, since the GNU has not lost 1 game for 20 games they have played. GNU Yasebenza. I want to show you, we have in 2025, DP, we have the world's best cricket team in the world. We have the world's best rugby team in the world. We have the strongest man in the world is South African. We have the strongest woman in the world is South African. The world's best surfer is South African. The world's fastest man in 100 meters is South African. The world's fastest woman in 800 meters is South African. The world's fastest 400 meter team is South African. The world's mixed 100-meter team is South African. The world's UFC champion, Dricus du Plessis, is South African. We are a great nation, and never forget that. And I want to call up a lady. You know, I couldn't believe it. during the G20 DG, we were having the G20 meeting. This lady, she even made people from all countries. I had to chase them out because they didn't want to leave. She was singing, they were dancing, and she's here today. I want us, if you can't dance, take tips from us. Because Riteng Mona Bos Butla. Lastly, our Honorable Deputy President was speaking here. He said, Swana Sahai, Siko ICU nyana, Sabaiza. So I was sitting there wondering, DP, if your Swana is not so good, how did you get the wife here in the Northwest Province? Love speaks all languages. Libat was at the Swana, Bafumani Basari border. So, is Lady Du ready? Lady Du, over to you.
Aganiti Wawa.
Asu.
Aganiti Wawa.
Wawa.
Aganiti Wawa.
Wawa.
Aganiti Wawa.
Wawa.
Okay, I've got a bit of a message before I start performing. I know you know I do this. Thank you to everybody that came today. The youth is our freedom. Take care of yourselves and love yourself. Basam, basam, basam. Basam, basim.
Masambe, 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 masambe.
Woza sifa, Sam.